Tables are often used in Word documents to help with page layout. This may lead you to inserting images within the cells of a table. If you want to keep those images centered both horizontally and vertically, you'll appreciate the information presented in this quick tip. I was recently talking with a WordTip subscriber who wondered how to center a picture or a graphic in a table cell, both vertically and horizontally, and have it stay centered if the cell changes size. Before figuring out how to center your image in a table cell, you must understand that there are two ways that graphics can be inserted into a Word document: floating or inline. The format used by Word depends on what you are inserting. If you insert a graphic, it is inline by default. If you create a shape, it is floating by default. When putting a graphic in a table cell, you'll never be able to really get it right and keep it right if the graphic is floating. You need to make sure it is inline. An inline graphic is pulled off of the graphics layer and placed inline with the text that surrounds it. It is essentially treated like any other textual character. Now I'm going to put a small graphic within this table cell right here. I just needed to click in the cell that I wanted to use, and quite honestly, I find it very helpful to turn on the display of non-printing characters. That's on the Home tab of the ribbon right here. That's the Show Hide tool. I click on that, and I can see the characters that won't print, but they help me to understand how the formatting occurs within the document. Now, why do I turn them on when I'm working in the table here? Because with the non-printing characters displayed, you can easily tell if there are any extraneous characters in the table cell. The only thing you want in the cell is the end of cell marker, which looks like a small circle with 4 little lines jutting out of it. If you have other text in the cell, in addition to the graphic that you want there, it will throw off your centering efforts. Now, I've made sure that my insertion point is just in front of that end of cell marker in the second column of the second row of this table. And then I'm going to go ahead and insert this picture. I go over to the Insert tab of the ribbon, and I'm going to choose Pictures from this device. I just happen to know I have a graphic over here in the Saved Pictures folder, and I'm going to insert this shield picture. I'm going to insert it, and you can see that that graphic is now within the table cell, and it has increased the vertical size of that row to accommodate that graphic right there. But you can also tell that it's not centered within that cell or within that row at all. Now, it's a good idea to make sure that the graphic has been inserted inline instead of floating. All you have to do is right-click on the graphic, and then you can look at the Rep Text option right here and make sure that Inline with Text is chosen. Now you know for sure that that graphic is inline. You may also need to do a little bit of resizing at this point to get your table cell the way that you want, the size that you want, and to make sure that your graphic is the size that you want. All you need to do is use the typical methods of doing this. I am just going to make this graphic a little bit smaller here. And I think that we're probably going to be okay on our width. Well, I'll make it that wide right there. Now I've resized things to make sure that that graphic fits completely within that table cell. It doesn't do any good to try to center the graphic within the cell if the graphic happens to be larger than the cell. To adjust the alignment of the graphic, let's jump over to the Table Layout tab of the ribbon, and you can see that in the alignment group here, there are 9 images right here, 9 little icons right here. Those are the ones that control alignment within the cell. Notice that we're not aligning the graphic, we're aligning the contents of the cell itself, and that's why we're on the Table Layout tab of the ribbon. The one that I want to use is going to be this one, right in the middle here. If I hover over it, you can see that it says Align Center, and it tells me that it centers text horizontally and vertically within the cell. Now, don't let it throw you that it says it's going to center the text. Understand that since this graphic is inline, it's treated just like text by Microsoft Word. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on the Align Center and watch what it does to the graphic within the cell. Notice that the whole cell is now selected and the graphic is centered both horizontally, left to right, and vertically, up and down. Well, there's a few caveats here, which may be quite evident because you can see that there's more space below the graphic than there is above the graphic. We need to be concerned with that and why that is occurring. This discrepancy has to do with how Word formats your paragraphs. When you click on the Align Center tool, Word automatically changes the paragraph alignment for the cell. In fact, we can tell this if we go back over to the Home tab of the ribbon and notice that the center alignment is selected within the paragraph group of this tab of the ribbon. What doesn't get changed, however, are other formatting settings such as indentation and spacing. To correct this, with the Home tab of the ribbon displayed, we're going to click this little icon right down here, and that displays the paragraph dialog box. You want to make sure that the indentation controls, left, right, are set to 0, and that the spacing controls are both set to 0. Notice that we have 8 points after right here. That's what's causing that space that you see below the graphic. If I go ahead and I make this down to 0, now I can click on OK and notice that the row has closed up a little bit and that is centered within that area. It'll stay centered as well even if I make the rows taller or if I make the columns a different size. It doesn't matter to Word. It will keep it centered within that cell. I'm going to press Control-Z to undo that last change there. Now there is one other thing that I need to show you back on that paragraph dialog box. I'm going to redisplay it here. And this special drop-down list can be set to something that can affect the centering. You want to make sure that special is set to none, and this multiple should be okay, but I find it generally better to go ahead and choose single right in there. So with these 4 set to 0, this set to none, and this set to single, you're going to get the best centering of that graphic within the table cell. If your graphic still isn't quite centered right, there are table settings that can affect how a graphic is centered in a cell as well. We're going to jump back over to the Table Layout tab of the ribbon, right over here, and we're going to choose the Cell Margins option over within the Alignment group. That displays the Table Options dialog box. You want to make sure that the top, bottom are set to 0. The left and right don't matter a whole lot as long as they're set to the same value. This 0.08 inches is the default, but you can change those to 0 if you want to as well. The key is to make sure that they are both the same, both left and right. We can now click on OK, and our graphic should be perfectly centered within the cell. Finally, there is one thing that you should understand about the nature of your graphic itself, and this can affect how it looks to be centered within the table cell. Some graphics have a transparency characteristic, which means that you can see through a portion of the graphic. If your graphic has transparent areas within that graphic, then it may appear off-center when it really isn't. If I click once on the graphic, you can see this bounding box that appears around the graphic. In this case, it tells me that it's very tight, that there is no space below the graphic and there is no extra space above the graphic. It's this bounding box that gets centered within the cell, not the graphic itself. So if we had a bunch of space above this graphic but still within the bounding box, then it would appear that it wouldn't be centered within the cell. It would look odd within that cell. So that's the very last thing that you have to check, is the nature of the graphic itself that you're inserting within the table cell. When you add a graphic to a table cell in this way and modify all of the settings that could affect its position within the cell, then you can get just the effect that you want. I hope you found this quick tip helpful. If you did, well, you might consider signing up for my Word Tips newsletter. Every weekly issue is free, and it includes great tips that you can put to work right away. Information is in the notes just below this video. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today.